So basically, someone who has their moon in Sagittarius, what is their most basic emotional need? Well, it's the need for excitement and the need for freedom. Sagittarius, it only feels safe, it only feels happy when it can roam freely, when it's given freedom. You cannot cage someone with moon in Sagittarius. They'll feel unhappy, they will not stay long in this relationship, they'll move on. The more freedom you give them, let the bird fly away free, it will come back to you. This is how you keep a Sagittarius moon person. If you give them too many structures, too many rules to follow at home, for the relationship, so certain, demands from them, they will not be happy either, They will not commit to you. They will commit to you if you give them freedom, if you give them excitement, if you stimulate them intellectually as well. It's very important. Sagittarius is very intellectual, almost philosophical. They have a need for philosophical almost stimulation, for the big ideas, for excitement, for adventure. They need a partner who is adventurous. They need their family atmosphere to be full of life, full of brightness, of excitement. Monotonous routines will not do. And they'll be the type of person, the type of parent who is very outdoorsy, will love to take the children out, picnic, do adventurous things, travel a lot. Their career has to be also, for them to feel emotionally satisfied in their career, it has to be something very changeable, not monotonous. Traveling a lot, business connected to travels, to foreign countries, to exploring. They will do great in that. And they will, as I said, monotonous home environment will bore them. So you need to give them freedom if you're not such an adventurer yourself. If you have a more traditional moon in Taurus, for instance, and your partner has moon in Sagittarius, you have to let them go away, fly away from time to time, go have their fun, and crazy moments, or at least you have to indulge them a bit and go with them on these, more outdoorsy, more new, exciting adventures. You have to, if you want to keep someone like that. Also, moon in Sagittarius, what is the emotional reactions? They're very shiny, sunny people. They will react. They will not bottle down your emotions. They will not be manipulative. They will not be hiding, unless they have a lot of water in them somewhere else to compensate for this, to change, the influence. But otherwise, they'll have no agenda. They're what you see, happy-go-lucky. They react very easygoing, very easygoing people. It's so easy to live with them if you give them freedom. Otherwise they will not put any barriers to you. They will not demand things from you. They just like fun and enjoyment. Sporty activities as well outside. But another thing for Sagittarius moon people, they might have a dual personality. They are mutable sign. There isn't constancy in the feelings. So one moment they can be the heart of the company, they can be the most excitable person, and then they can be very despondent the next moment. And this highs, very high highs, very low lows, it's because they're thrill seekers, there is this like a roller coaster emotions with them. But the emotions, they don't run too deep, unless there is a very strong Cancer again or something else. The emotions, they flit quickly through impressions and they move on, and also they overcome past relationships fast. They don't dwell too quick on past memories. They look up to the future. They want the next new thing. They want the next new exciting thing, not the past, So there were also males with men with moon in Sagittarius who like an exciting partner for a wife, a woman who is not the domestic goddess, but a woman who is excitable, full of adventure, intellectually stimulating. They need stimulation, as I said. And constancy, there isn't much constancy there. There is a restlessness around them. There is a feeling of like a stallion, a wild animal that cannot be easily caged. It needs to roam. It needs excitement. It needs freedom. You have to give it to them, and not too domestic, of course, unless they have a lot of Cancer, as I said, or Capricorn. They can be more domesticated, and it's not so easy to get them in a relationship. The relationship has to give them this sense of freedom and openness, for them to go. and to become committed. And they like changes, they love changes of if you have your child with moon in Sagittarius, change of environment is not gonna affect him too much. Change of a home or big life transitions, they welcome them, because it's a new adventure for them, rather than if it was someone with moon in, I don't know, in Leo, would react much more upset for big changes, or moon in a fixed sign like Taurus. Also, they are emotionally often very upbeat. That's their constant state, because Jupiter rules the Sagittarius, and emotionally Jupiter is very expansive, positive. It's always very optimistic. Oh, it's gonna be great, don't worry. There is a feeling of upbeatness, easygoingness around them. They don't make complicated, detailed plans. They kind of have an inner faith that things will work out on itself. It's very infectious, this inner belief in something, that everything is going to work itself out. It's lovely to be around them, because they have this connection to source or to God of excitement and of enthusiasm, this connection that makes them believe that future will be good. It makes them be optimistic, And also they're very great teachers. They might be even a bit too much, because they feel they know best sometimes. But they're very good teachers, because they have this enthusiasm to share what they're passionate about. So they can be great to give advice and to inspire others, And they're also moon in Sagittarius, what their needs are, but their needs are not very material. They'll much more prefer to have some exciting moment that is fleeting and passing fast and accumulate big money. But still, though, they can be very rich people with moon in Sagittarius, because they see the big picture. They're very daring. They're a bit of daredevils. They'll take big risks because they have inner feeling that everything will be okay, And that's why they win big as well. And they're just roamers. They're travelers. They're gypsies by heart. There isn't pretension there. They love naturalness. They feel comfortable. And you have to be natural with them. Don't give them pretense or anything. They'll see through that. It's not gonna come well off with them. It's just be as natural as yourself with a person with moon in Sagittarius, and they're also very natural. There isn't fakeness there, and also their homes. The moon shows what your home will be like. Someone with moon in Sagittarius, they love spacey, bright, open spaces at the home. Roominess. Because Sagittarius is largeness, is the sign of Jupiter, the largest planet. So everything has to be large, everything has to be open, bright, And just what they don't like is routine and constancy. And if you have your children with moon in Sagittarius, you have to teach them to be more constant and not to flit from interest to interest. So you have to nurture in them a bit more stability. Otherwise, they'll be always excitable, little bundle of joy, and people with moon in Sagittarius are generally quite infectious, with their moods, positive moods.